Welcome to the swing trade watch list for January the 4th. We're starting an all new format tonight, and in an effort to get it out quicker each day so you'll have time to look at this earlier in the evening instead of having to wait till the next morning or 2 or 3 days later, and also give you information of where these stocks triggered at in a lot quicker format instead of having 60 or 70 stocks to go through, and if you talk about them it takes such a long period of time. We're going to run the silent treatment tonight, and I'm going to show you how this works and how you can reference these charts. This will be our swing trade watch list put out every night, and I'm fixing to tell you more about it. Each night's video is going to start out with this picture right here, showing you the daily bear breaks, the weekly bear breaks, the weekly bull breaks, and the daily bull breaks. Now, I used to do 2 days worth of items on this scan right here, but anything that broke yesterday or today would be on the scan, and then tomorrow it'd be today and tomorrow's. Well, today I ended up with 80 something stocks, which was way too many. Of course, the market's very bullish, and we're getting all this new stuff breaking out that's been basing for a few weeks. So what I decided to do is do the 1 day break. So it'll be on the watch list today. It won't be here tomorrow and the next day, even if it's running $8 more. So this gives you a quick chance just to open up a video, take a look at what was on the video from 3 days ago if you want to. When if you don't have time every day, you can open the video and you'll find this at the very beginning of the video right here for you to see. And in this case, we got too many symbols to show you, so I'm going to duplicate this. This will already be done when you start to watch it, just so that you can see, you know, understand why there might be two lists. And then I'm going to run this all the way down, and I want to get down to NVIDIA as far as you can see. And so right there we've got our NVIDIA, and then I'll slide this back up. And we still didn't get them all in here, so we're going to try to get them all where you can see them. And these are scanned on a lot bigger wide range of stocks than you might think. You see where I'm at here, it's 39. Trying to get them all on one screen for you, and that's what I'm going to try to do every night. And now I can move this back up to just NVIDIA. You won't see me do this every night. This will be done when we come in. A little bit shorter. All I need at the top is NVIDIA. And number 45 at the bottom. Okay, we got them all in here for you. What you're going to see on this list, and I'm going to explain it to you on the chart as well. These are the stocks that broke into my bull zone today. I'm giving you some more information every night. Now, this stock was up $4.74 today. Now, it gapped up, but the price that would have triggered it on my bull zone is right here for you, 259.02. It's marked on the chart as well. And the price, profit or loss above or below this price after the trigger is right here in this column, 105. Now down here, here's 1ALNY was up 280 for the day, 273 over the trigger price. So this triggered early in the morning when it first opened, because you almost got the same profit out here as you had here. In other stocks, I saw one or two earlier, like right here. This stock's up $1.17 for the day. It's only up 11 cents over my bull zone trigger. So this stock triggered right at the end of the day into my bull zone, only 11 cents above the trigger price. So now you got the trigger price. It's marked on the chart, and you can see where it ended the day in reference to that price of the breakout for a swing or a multiple day active trader trade. You are better off swing trading weekly alerts than you are daily alerts. And I always try to caution, be aware of earnings dates. We all know how stocks have great earnings and go straight down. And of course, if they have bad earnings, they go straight down too. So I don't advocate holding stocks into earnings. I'm not a financial advisor. You need to do your own due diligence. And I'm going to explain my charts every night after I show this to you. I'm going to give a 3-minute tutorial on what these lines mean on these charts, so if we got a new viewer, they're not lost and they understand what the lines mean. We're also got a video over on a YouTube channel that will spend about 15 minutes going through multiple charts and just showing how they interact with the lines you're going to see on these charts every day. A lot of you have been watching the videos a long time, already know about the lines and know how they react. I talk about them all the time. On this video going forward, I won't be talking much. I'm going to give you the list. I'm going to go through the charts where you can see the lines. Each chart will be visible for you for about 10 seconds. You can pause at any point and look at any one, or you can take this list right here and pull your own charts up and just pause the video right here and now. But the format's going to be, it opens, you see this, the 3-minute tutorial for new viewers or people that hadn't viewed lately, coming back, taking a look. And then we're going to go through the list one by one, every stock, but they're going to be 10 seconds apiece. You're going to have a chance to look at them. You can pause it. That's the reason they're 10 seconds. So you got plenty of time to pause, take a look at where they are in reference to the support resistance lines, 50 period moving average, and things of that nature. Also, the list are run in alphabetical order. So if you see CDW, you know you can start sliding across the bottom of the video and fast forward it over to the C's, and you'll find your stock coming in there, and you know that it's going to be right after CAVM. So that'll give you a chance to just fast forward over to a stock that you're interested in, or maybe you're already in it, or you've been thinking about getting in it, and you can get to it real quick and see my chart on your stock or the stock you've been already watching. And I'll be running the bears first because it's a shorter list. Then I'll run the weekly bull and then the daily bull. And until things change and we got a lot more going down, that's the format. We're going to get the short list out of the way first and then into the long list. So thanks for watching. I hope you get a lot from having this information, and I am going to talk a little bit tonight when I show you the first few charts, so that you'll see the new lines I put on the chart for you as well. This is a mini tutorial on what the lines mean on my charts if you're a first-time viewer or been a while since you viewed. We're scanning on weekly and daily charts for my condition. When this green line is up, it's my bull zone, and when the red line is up, it's my bear zone. You need to be aware of support and resistance lines and act what charts do at levels, and that's what these levels are for. Just quickly as I can do this, and we're going to put a video on YouTube getting more from your swing trading charts that'll be more detailed and look at more stocks, how they react to these lines. But the gist of what you see here is this is what I'm scanning for, and as you can see here, this showed up in the bear zone. It did go down for a few days, but these green lines are support, and that's why it fought for a few days, tried to bounce back up, headed back down again, came right back into the bull zone, a bear zone, excuse me, and continued on down. Now the lines, here's what they represent. A green line is a place that a stock went up to and rejected. So as this green line redrew itself every time we made highs right here, and then it stayed across here for reference points, continues the same line here for reference points. Resistance, when you get above it, becomes support. This green line was drawn way back in the history, and when this stock broke above this resistance level, When it came back down, it held it, it held it, it held it, it tested it and held it again and again. That was support. That's why I want you to be aware of what these lines mean, and you'll see them on my charts. And then the activity that stocks do, sometimes they go, that's my first target, that's my second target. Many times stocks go target 1, pull back a little, target 2, then they may pull all the way back to 1 and go again if they're continuing an uptrend. In this case, it did the pull back. This blue line is a 50-period moving average. This orange line is a 200. So that's what I want you to be aware of as well. And then I have a pivot system that consists of this blue line at the top, yellow line at the bottom, and my target 1 and target 2. You'll see this particular day this stock gapped down, huge gap down, open way down here. The low on this stock was 169.68. I'm getting that right out of this box over here. And the value of that yellow line was 169.67. Within 1 cent, it held that line and bounced that day for a huge bounce. It's not a support level, but it's where I look for stocks to try to hold. It's where I look, if I'm short, say from here, this is where I'm looking to get out. I'm looking to move 2 levels, target 1, target 2, going up, target 1, target 2. The pink lines all represent places the stock has gone down to and bounced. This pink line is referencing this last pivot low. So as you're selling down into it, it may bounce again. If you get below it, then it becomes resistance. And that's all these lines mean. I just want you to know what they mean going forward. Thanks for watching the video. Let's get started. Okay, we're starting out with our weekly bears and our bulls. These are the 2 stocks that have triggered this week on this weekly candle we have here. And the new part of the chart is it has a red line right where the price, that's the trigger price. That's what's showing in your list over here. I'm going to go back and show you in just a second where this triggered at. And then as it progresses through the weekly bar, it'll be giving that profit to the end of the week because it'll be on the scan every day. And then this will be the green line up here for the bulls is going to be the break price of the bull zone alert. So we got 2 charts here. I think they're related companies, and they both broke down. It's giving you the current value. This is the net change, probably just for the day, and then this is your profit or loss based on this trigger price after it crossed it. Now it could have crossed it yesterday. It's the second day of the week. So this will continue through the week, and this price will stay the same all through the week. And that'll be the value of that red line you see right over here. Now let's look at the weekly bulls. Get rid of the bears. Alright, here's your weekly bull breakouts. I'm going to start these in alphabetical order. We got AAP. Well, it just broke into the weekly bull zone at the end of the day today. I say the end of the day today. It might have even been yesterday. Let me get my daily chart just so I can reference it. It actually touched it, broke out through it. But would have been yesterday because yesterday had a higher high than today. So yesterday this broke out right at the highs. The price was at 106.61. I think it closed right in that area yesterday. So far this is only up 44 cents on the break. And I'm talking about these first few, and then I'm going to toggle on down and let you see them in silence, just like you're going to see all of them every night going forward. I'm explaining the chart to you. AMBA weekly broke out at 63.90. So far it's 57 cents up. It did that actually yesterday. No, that was today when it gapped up. It did that today. It's when it broke through there today. So something that was there yesterday would continue to be here each day, of course. ARNC 2766 was the breakout, 32 cents above. This little value you see right here, that's the close at the end of the candle each day. Cake, and these will be quicker when we're not doing the explaining at the beginning, and also I won't be talking. It'll be 10 seconds per chart. You'll have a chance to look at where it is. Okay, this one for instance is up 58 cents from the break. There's your green line. Also, you got to notice you're at the 200 week. You got the 50 week above it. You got support lines that you're trying to get through. It finally pushed on through today. These are support resistance lines. Remember greens where they ran up to and reversed somewhere back in the past. And now it's fighting to get back through there. It's resistance again. As it came down right here, it was support. Now it's resistance. So it's trying to break out. And these little lines down here on the bottom actually are what I'm scanning for. These are my yes and no's. This was yes. It's coming into the weekly bull zone here. Then it faded back for 3 weeks, and then it's back there again. This was where it came in. I'm going to lose your list here for a moment. This is where this came into the weekly bear zone, probably way up in here at that time, and you can see how many weeks it continued down. You know, this is over probably 2 to 3 months. Here was where this broke into somewhere during this day, probably somewhere in this area. This broke into my bull zone and had multiple days up. Again, here it broke. Didn't have any more days up. It stopped. It had, and what had it done? It had started down here. This is my lower pivot. Target 1, target 2. It ran about as far as it was supposed to run. And it did the pullback that I teach back into these same levels, and then it worked its way on up. Again, you see it over here. Bull zone here, it's sitting right under resistance. So you're cautionary. The next day, it opens above resistance. Test it, has a big day up, comes back down. Next day, this is a volatile candle. Opens on support resistance again, has another big day up, and it manages to go up for a few days. It's not a great example of this is a very volatile stock, but it did give a chance to see that movement there. Let's get our weekly bull back up here. And now I'm just going to walk on through these. You're going to get every 10 seconds, you're going to get a new candle. And you can see where Disney broke into the bull zone on this day, pulled back 2 days, and has run up again. Box A. I'm just going to toggle right on down through them now, let you just do your looking. We're going to talk some more on the daily stuff. Break it out at the green line. So that was probably 2 days ago. The green line was $35.54. Now it's above. There's your value right here. And as I'm going through these, you'll notice this is being highlighted for you so you can focus in the list exactly what the stock is on the chart. Shows you the breakout price. You can look over here and you can see the green line and see where it broke out. LH, pets, PKG. Now you can see this broke out actually yesterday all the way down at this price, and you see it's at 121.26. Now today it's up $2.37, but since it crossed this line, it's up $4.72. So that's a quick reference to know that it didn't cross it today because it's so much more profit in the breakout than today's profit. So you know, just that would tell you that it broke out yesterday. Wouldn't you like to seen this yesterday when it broke this level? REN is your next one. These are taking a little bit longer to load because these are weekly charts and I'm pulling quite a lot of data in here. SLB coming up through the 50 week and at target 1. Exit Roadhouse up 275, 234. That was today, so that means it actually got here yesterday. So you'd have had this on your watch list for today. So let's take a quick look at the more details here. 53.42 was the line. So yesterday at $53.42, it's in my weekly bull zone. So you had this run, and then you had this big day today right off of that. Today it came up on the daily bull zone, broke out right up here through the daily bull zone. But the weekly bull zone showed up yesterday at this level. Now you can see it hit this level last 2 weeks ago, several weeks ago, and had a couple of nice weeks up. Then it had a down week, went right back into it again. So yesterday morning you'd have caught this right there. And if this was stock you was interested in, here was the day. You back above the resistance line. To close, you might have wanted to take your long yesterday. Get our list back up here. UAL's up a quarter on the week, but you can see right now it's down for the week. That's a red, excuse me, on the daily, I'm sorry. Forgot we had switched over there for the moment. Still green for the week, had a red day. Alta broke out at $239.31. That's up $5.81 since the break. Of course, this stock was up $15 for the day. And the last one on the weekly breakout is UPS. It's up 407 since the breakout of 122.34, 274 today. So yesterday this stock gave you the signal at 122.34, and then it added another $2 on top of the profit. Yesterday it would have been up the difference between the 407 and the 274. I'm going to switch us over to the daily, and we'll get a little bit further in it, then I'm going to put it on the silent mode. Okay, these are going to go much quicker. I know we're 22 minutes here. I talked about the new setup for 7, and I won't be talking at all the next video. You see, I'll talk right in the beginning, show you what you got, and you'll be right into the charts, and you'll be on your own every 10 seconds. The charts will progress. 52.89 broke down. Stock was down 243 for the day. $1.19 of that was after we hit the bear zone through this red line right here. Honeywell dropping from the top just past the bear zone breakdown on the daily. Hershey breaking down into the bear zone today at the red line. Remember, your red line is the price level that it broke into the bear zone, and there's your number right here in the column for you. LVS breaking down today into the 50-day. This is the kind of things I think you need to see my chart for. One, you seeing that it pulled back to my target 1. Also, it's pulled back to the 50-day. That's pretty key. This could easily bounce right here tomorrow, but if it breaks down, this is going to be your next support level. So you already know where to find this value at. You can see it on the chart, and you see about where it is, and you can actually go back on your own charts, and you know that it was an old high, and you can go right back to here and see the exact value of that line. Now, if you're a subscriber to our subscription service, to where you're getting these alerts intraday, you also get these lines if you want to use them through multiple platforms. I can provide you how to set them up, or actually the settings for that. NEE broke down today into the bear zone, tested the 50-day this morning. So that's the kind of thing I want you to see. It broke down, but when it opened, it went up and retested the 50-day and immediately rejected. And now it's down into these support levels. Probably going to break on down and go down considerably more, I would think. VSTO been trying to get off this gap down. It's breaking back down. It may hold my pivot and it may not. It's breaking down into more momentum down. Now we're going to move over to the daily bulls. Alright, I'm putting you into the silent mode here. I'm going to walk it through just like it's going to happen every night. So basically, this whole list right here at 10 seconds to the stock, that's 450 seconds. Which means without conversation, you can see all these stocks we've looked at today in less than 10 minutes every night. Plus the 3-minute intro. So I'm trying to keep it to about 15 minutes. I'm also trying to keep it where I can get it out to you quickly, and I'm giving you the information you need to know. You don't need to hear me talk. You want to see what you can find to trade and make you some money. ADS, top stock here, and I'm just going to start toggling them down silently where you can see how it's going to go. And you'll notice that this line is going to follow the toggling. And keep in mind, you're always referencing the green line over here. This was for your price that's shown right here. Your bull zone trigger price is this green line, so you can see how much that stock moved beyond. ALNY up $2.73. It hit it early this morning because it's only up 280 for the whole day. So it came right in there early. Notice this one's at the 200 day. Again, your 200 day orange line. Here you got one breaking out a new high. So if you're breaking out and you get up here and you pull back one day, you want to hold this. This is your support resistance now that you're above it. $50-day blue line. You can see EOG right here. This stock showed up on a bull zone scan 5 or 6 days ago. Ran 4 nice days up from where this came up then. That's about a $6-7 move, sideways for several days and broke again today. I like the first one better than I do the second one always. Notice this one's traded right into resistance, the green line. But you also want you to notice that our preferred customers picked this up at 79.14 this morning, way down here. Do the 50-day. want to show you something right here. Backed up for just a moment. This bull zone alert right here would not have been on a scanner. I require, and I'm showing you this so if you look back at other things and you see like right here, this would not have been on the scanner. It has to be breaking up first day, but it also has to have my power band in favor of the trade. So if it's not in favor of the trade, when this goes up, it won't be on these scans unless this is there at the same time or before. Means it's not as apt to be a bigger move, a more explosive move. I want the band power here so I know I got a better probability of an explosive move. Notice how this one hit the orange line. That's your 200-day moving average and pull back. That lets you know you got an issue here. This one gapped above the 50-day and then went back and tested it at the open. You love to see that. At the 50-day. Nice breakout here up through this support line, opened right on it, held it, and went on up. A lot of guys will use these for set up option plays. This stock's showing volatility, so the options may be more pricey, where you got a stock that might be sneaking up and not showing as much volatility ahead of time. You might get those options pretty cheap for a 2 or 3 day move if you like to swing trade options for 2 and 3 days. And that's the entire list. Appreciate your patience while I explain this tonight, and keep in mind that I'm looking at NVIDIA right here. From where it broke out, it moved $11 after the bull zone, up 13 for the day. Of course, the gap was a lot of that, and the bull zone was way down here. So it was there all the time and never really made any attempts to pull back, although one of my biggest day trades today was a short on this stock intraday. So going forward, what you expect to see on this swing trade video is you get your watch list right up front. It'll only be on the list today. What's here today won't be here tomorrow. It's the breakout into my bull zone. This one signal here is a one-time alert. You get to see it one time. It'll give you the price that it broke out, shows you the price level by the green line on the bull zone, red line on the bear zone if it's broke down. Shows you the profit or loss after the trigger in reference to the trigger price, not in reference to the daily profit, just in reference to the trigger price. That's where the alert went off, at that price. So you'll have all that right in front of you. You can go down the list. You can watch it toggle through my charts. You can just pause the video and pull it up on your own charts. You can use it any way you want to. That's why I'm putting the list in the very front, so you've got it all right in front of you, and you can go reference it on your charts or make notes on your charts maybe as you're looking at things you're interested in. You don't rush into swing trades, and you're obviously not going to trade 45 stocks. You got to find the ones that fit your other criteria that you're doing your due diligence. I'm giving you the price action and the break, and you can go back over and over and over again and look at these videos 4 and 5 days later and see where they've gone from that day forward. I'm going to try to get these out earlier every evening, and I think I'm going to keep them around 15 minutes because I'm not going to be talking. You're going to get the intro. You're going to get to see the information in the watch list right up front, a 3-minute tutorial on what the lines mean, and right into this alphabetic. We're going to do the weekly, the bears and the bulls, daily bears and the bulls. Every day, that's going to be the format. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on StockTwits.